Elon Musk once lived in a small house and described it as a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Because of this, he once hinted that he might release a Tesla tiny house for just about $7,000. While it sounds hard to believe, this could be part of a larger plan to support Tesla or even a clever move behind Musk's bigger vision. Elon Musk has always aimed at promoting sustainable living, and he has mentioned that tiny homes might be the future of living since buying land is becoming less affordable due to rising prices. The fact that Elon Musk lived in such a tiny house is difficult for many to accept. After all, with a fortune close to $300 billion at the time, he could have easily bought any expensive mansion or even a castle. Yet, Musk decided to live in a small house called a casita. Honestly, that's quite remarkable because it doesn't lack anything you'd expect in a standard home. In fact, once you see the interior, it might even be better than a traditional house. So, what might a $7,000 Tesla tiny home actually look like? Why would Elon Musk invest in something like this? Welcome to Tesla Car World. You may have heard many stories about Musk's tiny house, but a lot of those stories are either exaggerated or just plain wrong. So, what's the real story? The small house Elon Musk owns is less than 400 square feet and is located in Starbase, Texas. He got it in 2021. What's special about this home is that it was made by a company called Boxabl, which builds high-tech prefab homes, and the entire setup only took 1 hour. This home was one of the first 3 models the company ever made. And since Musk started using it, Boxabl has received close to 200,000 orders, which could bring in nearly $2 billion in revenue. Clearly, Musk's use of the home brought major attention to Boxabl. Without him, many of us might never have heard about the company. But back to Musk's casita, what really makes it stand out? The full structure of the house is built in a factory, walls, ceilings, basic interior, all put together before it even arrives at the site for installation. And here's the interesting part. Musk reportedly bought this tiny house for just $40,000. At first, many assumed the casita was just another plain prefab unit with simple drywall and standard parts. But after looking more closely, we had to change our view. Could this actually be the future of home living? How could something like this be built for only $7,000 with installation costs as low as around $500, especially when Musk himself backed it? If you think Musk's casita is just a basic prefab unit, think again. There are no weak drywall walls or cheap parts. The casita is built with advanced methods and super tough materials, including steel, concrete, high-grade foam for insulation, and layered panels. These materials are pressed under 250,000 pounds of force to make a strong shell that can handle hurricanes, flooding, and snowstorms, conditions that even many full-sized homes can't withstand. If it's good enough for Elon Musk, it's definitely no ordinary building, especially since he always pushes for lasting and green products. The idea behind the casita is small but without limits. Thanks to its mobility, the house can be moved to any location with just a flatbed truck. When it's being transported, it folds down to 5.8 meters by 2.6 meters by 3.8 meters to save space and cut transport costs. Weighing around 5,900 kilograms, the entire house can be set up in about an hour. That means you could technically order it in the morning and move in before sunset. And here's what's really amazing. For just $40,000, you get close to 400 square feet of space, with 4 sections and a ceiling height of nearly 9 feet and 6 inches. Even more interesting is that Boxabl's clever design allows for multiple casitas to be connected or stacked, creating bigger houses or even small multi-story homes. You might think that if Tesla ever released a $7,000 version of the tiny house, it would have to be way smaller than the $40,000 version Musk owns. But we don't think that's necessary. Instead of cutting down on space, the Tesla tiny house could take a more minimalist approach with a smart layout and clever technology that makes the most of every inch, giving you a great living experience without losing square footage. So, what's inside Elon Musk's casita? Let's talk about his $40,000 home first so we can better imagine how a $7,000 version would compare. You'd think a 400 square foot house would feel tight, but Musk's casita is designed so smartly that every corner is used well. And surprisingly, it doesn't feel small at all. In fact, it feels cozy and convenient. The main living area is the largest part of the home, and that's no surprise since Musk, being the brain behind Tesla and SpaceX, has turned this part into a working space, letting him manage projects while at home. Behind the living area, there's a large bed with a wall that only partly divides it. This smart divider also has built-in storage, making the space even more useful. But here's a fun fact. Musk's casita actually has 3 bedrooms. Originally, it had only 2, but he turned the garage into a third one. In some videos that show the inside of the casita, we've seen Musk use smart foldable beds that pull down at night and fold away during the day, an awesome way to save space. You might wonder if such a small home even has a kitchen. At first, we thought it couldn't be done since kitchens usually take up space and need many appliances. But to our surprise, the kitchen inside Musk's home has everything: sink, fridge, dishwasher, oven, and storage, all arranged neatly in a small but super efficient layout. There's even a small dining table built into the kitchen counter, saving room while still being practical. Of course, the casita also has a ventilation system to keep the air clean. At first, we weren't sure if such a house could fit a full bathroom, but again, we were proven wrong. There's a sink, mirror, toilet, and a surprisingly roomy shower area. What stands out is the sliding door. It saves space and adds a clean, modern touch. Every corner of the casita is thoughtfully used, creating a warm and cozy space that doesn't feel cramped at all. If Musk's $40,000 tiny house already includes all these smart features, what can you expect from one priced at just $7,000? Even though the cost is much lower, a well-thought-out tiny house could still give you all the basics by arranging things wisely. In this case, the living area would be combined with the sleeping space, using a fold-down bed that becomes a couch during the day and a bed at night. This dual-use layout saves space while keeping things useful. In the kitchen area, due to the lower budget and limited room, you'd find only the basics: a small electric stove, a compact sink, and a mini fridge. Unlike Musk's version, which has an oven and dishwasher, the cheaper one might have just a single cooktop and a few shelves for storage. A dining area might consist of a fold-up table or a wall-mounted board that folds down when needed. The bathroom would be simple too: a toilet, small sink, and a shower. Instead of a glass cabin, it might use a curtain to save money. But with a smart layout, even this basic setup can be comfortable and useful. With limited space, storage would be very important. Things like wall shelves, hidden cabinets, and storage under the bed or sofa would be key. Pull-out drawers, fold-down furniture, and other smart features would help avoid mess without making the space feel crowded. Big windows would let in sunlight and fresh air, making the place feel bigger and brighter. While the ventilation system wouldn't be as advanced as Musk's casita, simple fans or open windows would still help a lot. Even if this house wouldn't offer the same level of luxury, it could still be a cozy, useful, and energy-friendly living option. If Tesla ever launches a tiny house priced at $7,000, it wouldn't just be a cheap home, it would stand for energy-saving, sustainable living. Inside, the home could use LED lights and smart devices to keep energy use low. Most importantly, Tesla could hit this low price by using its own tools and green energy tech. For instance, Tesla's Powerwall battery system could be scaled down to power the home without needing to hook up to the power grid. Also, Tesla's solar panels or roof tiles could give the house its own clean energy source, making it perfect for off-grid living or anyone who wants a simple and green lifestyle. Materials from Tesla and SpaceX could also help. The same stainless steel used on the Cybertruck could be perfect for the home's frame because it's strong and rust-proof. Heat control tech from the Dragon spacecraft could be used for insulation, helping keep the indoor temperature steady and reducing energy bills. Even building blocks from the Boring Company, made from tunnel waste, could be used in the foundation or walls to keep costs down without losing durability. Tesla's gigafactories could bring the cost even lower by using robots to build these homes fast and in big numbers. Using Optimus robots for tasks like cutting and assembling parts would speed things up and cut down costs, making these homes affordable for more people. These homes could also be connected to the internet with Starlink, allowing people to stay online anywhere. Tiny systems for water recycling and air cleaning could be added too, using mini versions of tech from SpaceX, to make the homes more self-supporting. Musk made a bold choice in 2020 when he sold most of his homes, saying he wanted a simpler life in a smaller home near his work. While people pay high rent, often over $2,000 a month in cities like New York or San Francisco, Musk lived in a house worth much less than a year's rent. So, why is this trend growing? Boxabl is changing the home-building game with its fast, factory-made, foldable homes that can be moved easily and set up quickly. This method is cheaper and faster than regular construction, and the company hopes to one day build a house every minute. Musk might have seen this not just as a place to live, but as a bigger experiment. Maybe it's part of his plan for Mars. SpaceX wants to build homes on the red planet, and they'll need homes that are light, easy to move, and fast to put together, just like Boxabl's. In space, every bit of material matters, and these homes could be the first step toward building shelters on Mars. Musk knows that Earth's future, and maybe humanity's, depends on smart use of resources. His casita is made from green materials and shows his love for sustainability. In the end, Elon Musk's tiny home shows his simple way of living. He could live in luxury, but he chooses a path focused on what really matters. This tiny house could be more than just his home. It might be the beginning of a new kind of living for millions of people and possibly the first step toward living on Mars. With a total price of around $7,566, this kind of home could give more people the chance to own a place, especially those with low income or anyone wanting to avoid debt. As house prices go up, this idea could change the market, giving people more choices and freeing them from costly loans. Whole communities of these homes could appear, where people live simply, away from crowded cities. 4.
Tesla, moving into the home market could be a smart move. It could help Tesla stay on top in a world where electric car companies are facing big challenges. Tesla already has the tech, factories, and materials to make a $7,000 home. Something most other companies just can't do. With solar panels, batteries, Starlink, and smart designs, Tesla tiny homes could be a new way to live, and a big win for the company. This could be the future.